Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Trading Made Easy right here on YouTube. I wanted to take this time out to show you how to maximize the simplicity trading system. In our community, I speak to quite a bit of individuals, and in my opinion, they're missing some key elements that will allow them to really maximize this system and use it for what it was designed to do, because it absolutely works. So this is real time, and what we're going to be talking about is a retest. Retest, wait for the retest, wait for the retest. And that is a missing ingredient that I find lots of traders miss. And when you do that, you just set yourself up for a bad trade, right? So let's go over to the charts and let me give you a real-time example of why we want to wait for the retest. Let's share my screen. All right, so now we are on our simplicity trading system. Now, as you can see right here, we have price in the demand zone, right? Price in the demand zone. This arrow is part of the original triple arrow system. I kind of made a hybrid system. And for those that are part of my student base, they'll actually get this indicator. So for now, don't worry about it, right? Okay, so right now we see price is hovering around inside of the demand zone. What that tells us is that buyers will eventually start coming into the market. Now, here's where a lot of traders make their mistake. They rely too much on the indicator. The indicator is not guiding you or teaching you market structure, right? You got to peel that onion back. So what happens is, because price is in the demand zone, a lot of traders go ahead on and they get in the trade. First mistake, you enter too early, because just because price is in the demand zone does not mean that we may not see a continuation to the downside. It doesn't mean that. Though price is in the buy zone, it doesn't mean that price will not continue to go down. And that is why you have to understand and learn market structure from the higher time frame, right? From higher time frame. Right now we're on the 15-minute. On the 15-minute, this is what we see here. This is not ready for entry. What you want to do is you want to wait for what? You want to wait for a retest. You want to wait for price to come back down into this zone, and then other confirmations need to line up as well. But from the standpoint of price, you want to wait for price to come back down here. Now, I'm going to let you in on another piece of information that will serve you very well, right? And one of the things that I teach is how to read everything on the chart, because as I always say, everything tells a story. So when I look at this long wick, two things, we have an imbalance, right? We have an imbalance, meaning price brokers basically is coming back to get this money. Okay, we have a bullish engulfing candle as well. So let me just explain to you what this wick is telling us. First, it's telling us that there is bullish pressure in this area. Why? Because price was down here. The candle, the body was down here. But because of bullish pressure, it pushed price back up and it closed right around in this area. So one, bullish pressure is in this area, right? Bullish pressure is in this area. But then also, because we had this bearish push down, this wick in and of itself is longer than the body of the candle. This is liquidity. This is money. This is brokers left that money right here, and they are surely coming back to get it. Now, when they come back to get it, that would actually be your retest, right? So oftentimes we hear a lot of different terms in the market, break and retest and all these different things, but what does it really mean? What's really happening behind the scenes that governs that makes that happen? And that's what I want to uncover for you all. Okay, so again, this confirmation right here tells me, hey, price coming back down here because money is here. and the wick is longer than the body of this of the candle. So a lot of money is right here, and this can equate to millions of dollars, millions of dollars. But when it comes back down, it will create what we call a retest, right? So what we want to do is drop a line, drop a horizontal line, and that becomes what? A support right here, price right there. Look left, did price react to this same area previously, right? So when we look left, we have some reaction right here. And if we go further, I guarantee you that you will see where price reacted to the same area in the past. Let's see. That lie. Can't make this up, right? So what that tells us is this is a bona fide support um, area. There's a bona fide support area, right? What also is telling us? Buyers are in this area as well. What else does it tell us? That we have some liquidity here that we have to come back and capture. And when price comes back down to do that, then it's going to be setting us up for the right time to get in, provided that your other confirmations are met. Even though price and market structure is paramount, we don't enter our position strictly on that. That's when we bring in the confirmations, like the simplicity trading system, right? So you have to focus on price first, and then you put the simplicity on top of it, and you have a perfect marriage. But you got to understand the behind the scenes things. But I wanted to just show you that in real time. So that's what's happening here. And you see we have a little push down. It's coming back down. It's coming back down. So let's go, that's EJ. Let's go to Euro USD. Actually, I want to go back because I want to show you on the higher time frame. I'm on the 15-minute because that's our entry time frame, right? But you want to base your structure on your higher time frame, and then you use your 15-minute to enter. So I think most of you know that. But let's go to the 1 hour. Now, this is real quick here. All right, so this line right here, this support line right here, and this was a zone I probably have already marked up, right? Probably already marked that up. But right now I'm looking at, yeah, see, it's a bona fide zone. Yeah, it's a bona fide zone. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to go to the higher time frame, and what we're looking for on the higher time frame, we're looking to see if price respected that same zone on the higher time frame. And if so, that just strengthens that area. Does that make sense? That just strengthens that area. And so we're on the hour right now, right? So on the hour, here's our zones, our support resistance, support area, right? We have price reacted here, we have reaction there, we have reaction here and there. Strong area of support. So we will see bullish activity coming out, right? We will see that for sure. But the optimum entry is what we're after. We already know that we're in a buy zone. We already know that buyers are going to start to, we see bullish pressure. We've already seen that. So we know that price is going to push up, but we have to make sure that we are entering at the optimal time. And that's when you bring in your simplicity. That's when you bring in your other confirmations. Okay, that's when you do that. But verify your areas to ensure that it's structurally sound. That is the key, because price respects structure. Okay, so the same support lines right here. Now on the 4 hour, look at how it played on this area. So wouldn't you say that this is a pretty strong area of support where we're going to see bullish move happening? I would say so. But what we have to do now is make sure that we don't jump in too early, because on the 15-minute, as you can see, if we would have got in simply because price came down in here, if say we would have got in here, guess what? We would have been in some drawdown. Now, here's the thing. The drawdown may be minimum or it could be significant. But if you knew or incorporated a sound entry confirmation, you can avoid that, right? And I'm gonna tell you, it's going to be very imperative that you do that and that you really, really focus on the optimum entry, because as you grow your account and as you start to work with larger lot sizes and your leverage and margin, you want to be in as little drawdown as possible. Now, I believe the drawdown is normal. You can't avoid it 100%, but as much as you can minimize, that should definitely be the goal. When you start working with your standards and above, right? $20 and $30 lot sizes, $50 lot sizes. Listen, drawdown on those lot sizes is scary, right? It's scary. So while you're building your account, let's incorporate sound rules that would allow you to get in the market, get your pips with little drawdown, little impact on your margin as possible. So 15-minute, see how price is coming down? It's coming down to get the money that was left here. It's closing the wick, in other words. It's closing the wick. Another training, we'll talk about the power of wicks and what it really tells us. It's powerful, but you can see it already playing out. So if price closes down in this area, well, at this support line here, then it would have closed this wick, meaning it would have captured the money that this wick represents. That's what would have happened, right? But now if you had already entered the trade, this is drawdown for you. But knowing what this means, that would have helped you to avoid that early entry. Okay, so very, 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 very important. Let's go to Euro USD really quick, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. Just want to show this to you in real time. So we're in the buy zone right here, right? We're in the buy. Every pair, right, moves differently, gives us a different story. But again, we got to get good at reading it, right? So we're in the zone. Would I be waiting for a retest? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm waiting for a retest. I will wait for a retest, right? I will definitely wait for a retest. Yes, I see some bullish momentum going, but we want it to come back down, retest what? Retest the zone, the low, retest the low. I'm going to drop a support line right here, right? See how I touch, right? Let's go look left. Did it touch in the past to the same area? We must make sure that our support and resistance is structurally sound, because if it's not, then it's not an actual support or resistance. Okay, let's squeeze her in a little bit. There we go. So we have some action here, action there. So this is structurally sound on the 15-minute, right? So now let's go, and I'm gonna change this color real quick for clarity. Let's now go to the higher time frame to what? Confirm that on the higher time frame. I want to see structure around the zone on the higher time frame, because that tells me that is strong. That's all it tells me, and I need that. So let's go now to the hour. Here's our line right here. Is it structurally sound? Well, right here, we have action right there, right? Look at, we have action right here. We got rejection there. How it came down and bounced up there, played around. See that? So that's structurally sound on the hour. Makes me feel good. So now let's go to the 4-hour. Right? Same thing. You see that structure dancing around this zone here, this support area right there. Okay, so it's structurally sound. And what else do we notice, right? Price is in the demand zone on the higher time frame as well. On the 4 hours on the demand zone, price is in the supply zone on the daily. But remember, small moves on the daily, one candle small move on the daily is a whole run on the 15 minutes. So we're good to go on that. The fact that on the 4-hour down to the 15-minute, we are in the demand zone. So what is the expectation? The expectation is that, price is going to rally up. Price is going to rally up. I do apologize. That's my life. That's my life. Okay, so price is going to rally up, but we have to incorporate our other confirmations before we enter. Focus on optimal entry, and I'm gonna do more of that. So listen, I definitely have a mastery course and a 6-week course where I show you all of this and some, how to master the simplicity trading system with market structure. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. And when you get that, in essence, you're going to be creating, I'll show you how to create the optimum entry. It will save you. It will save you from entering into the market too early, which is the number one reason traders have issues and struggle and lose money, right? So you'll learn that in the 6-week course. And then the mastery course is just a smaller, condensed, training. But nevertheless, that is available. Access the link inside the description of the video. Also, if you don't have the simplicity system, in order to work with me, you really need to have it because my training is governed around it, and you want to have it because no matter what your experience level is, if you can trade easy or easier, why wouldn't you? And that's what the simplicity system provides. So all of that information to access that is in the description of the video. If this gave you value, give me a thumbs up, a comment, and definitely subscribe so that you can stay in the loop. So until the next time, I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.